The struggle never ends. There is never going to be a point in life where we can just say, we don't have any struggles. And we've been fed this illusion in life that there is a finish line. We were told that if we made a lot of money, if we got amazing jobs, life would be easy. But it's not that simple. And when I take a look at life in general, not just human life, but animal life and plant life, just anything sentient, we all come into existence and we all have a ticking clock. Yes, the time is ticking and we're gonna die inevitably. But we try to survive as long as we can. And why is this? Because we all have a natural instinct to want to survive. Even if we know that we're gonna die, it doesn't really matter. Animals struggle their whole lives hunting for food, trying to not be eaten in the process, and some days they might not be able to have a meal. But this is where humanity is different. We are the most intelligent and self-aware beings on this earth, and we were intelligent enough to create many things that make life easier. So sometimes I just ask myself, how is it that so many people are miserable and depressed when we have so much technology that could benefit us, when the world is this advanced? But I realize it doesn't matter how advanced we get, we're going to always struggle no matter what, because that's just what it means to exist. I did say in my last video that suffering is the foundation of life. Whether you like it or not, you will suffer. But what makes it especially depressing for us humans, we always have to pretend that everything is okay. Whenever someone asks you, how are you doing? Are you okay? There's a default response you have to give. I'm doing good, I'm okay. Whether that's the truth or not, it doesn't matter because you have to say it. That's the exact answer that we always expect. Have you ever asked someone how they're doing and they said bad? Never, I'm guessing. Why are we so insistent on putting on this performance? Now, I do understand that a lot of people do put on a performance. Even if they don't exactly want to, they feel pressured to. But what I'm asking is just, why is this the norm in society? You go outside and you don't see anyone that looks depressed. They're either just listening to music or talking to a friend or family member. When's the last time you've went outside and you saw someone depressed and crying? Some of us probably have never seen it. I've seen it myself a few times, but it's probably less common in other countries. You definitely will not see something like that in Japan, that's for sure. I've had moments where I've wanted to cry in public, where I've pretty much had to hold back my tears. And one of those moments was not even that long ago, maybe about 2 weeks ago. I was depressed and I was like, wait, why am I holding back so much? But then I remembered that putting on an act is the norm. If I were to actually break down in public, I'd be looked at like I'm the weird one. People would be thinking that what I'm doing is taboo. And the reason why? Well, for some reason in society we are so insistent on putting on this mask. You have to pretend to be okay, and if you don't, you are breaking the script. Because that's what it means in society to deviate from what's the norm, what's expected of you. When I think about families and friendships and relationships, for example, whenever I go out in public and I see all these people just walking around and just talking to their friends and family, I started thinking about, how much of this person does that other person, meaning their friend or family member, how much do they actually know each other? People always want to look like they're okay. And it's not even just to look okay in front of strangers, or coworkers, or teachers. It's even your closest friends and family. And many of us have things that we do not want to talk about with our families. I have never had a single serious discussion with my parents about the way I perceive life, how I'm doing, my stresses, what's causing me stress. I've never had that, ever. Even when it comes to a parent and child, the good majority of parents do not really understand what's going on in their child's mind. It doesn't matter what struggle they have. Everyone's just expected to play the script, play their role in the script. And even if you really do meet someone that truly does care, someone that truly does understand you, which is highly unlikely, but even if you do meet that person, you can tell them whatever you want. You could be as vulnerable as you want, but the world is not going to stop for your struggles. People have their own priorities. The world is going to keep spinning. You're going to get more and more struggles, and that's just how life is meant to be. Even at your lowest points, you're still going to get an email saying you have to pay rent. Even at rock bottom, when you've lost everything, when you are sick and tired of life, you will wake up and clock in for work and pretend to be okay. Someone's going to ask you, "How are you doing?" And you're going to respond with, "I'm okay." Jobs do not care if you're depressed. Jobs do not care if you're going through it. Because in society, you're expected to just push through, no matter what. We are the smartest creatures on Earth. We know all about psychology, how the brain works. We know about mental health. And even after we found out how crucial this is, how important mental health is, nothing really changed in society. We will never have a world where we prioritize mental health over productivity, because the most important thing is to keep the machine running. It doesn't matter if you have mental problems or if you've been struggling, because the company you work for needs to hit their quotas. It doesn't matter if you work at McDonald's as a store manager and you don't really feel that well mentally. You've been burnt out and stressed and you want to take a breather. Well, you see, you can't just suddenly make that decision to just take a breather because you're going to get fired. A lot of people think that carrying all this weight and just pushing through it means that they're strong. So instead of actually prioritizing people's mental health, the only thing we can really say is, "Oh, you're strong." But what does that even mean? Who cares if someone's strong? What the hell is even being strong, anyway? Hey man, from what I know, strength was a more physical thing, but this whole concept of being strong that we've created is a complete toxic lie. And it just goes to show that society does not care about your mental health. I do not care about being strong. I care about being free. But I don't know if that's possible in a world like this. I am completely burnt out on life. And even though it's a Sunday and I don't have work, it does not feel like a break to me. And this is not even something that a vacation can cure. I just need a full mental reset. Just need all the time in the world that I need. And perhaps maybe then this burnout would go away. But tomorrow I'm going to work. And people are going to ask me if I'm doing okay. And of course I have to say yes. Gotta pay those bills. Gotta pay for student debt. Which I don't have too much, but I still gotta pay. Gotta do all these other obligations. The world doesn't care about if we're depressed or if we're stressed out. The world doesn't care if we're going through a mental breakdown. The world just expects us to keep pushing. And if you do decide to take a mental charge, a mental break, the system is going to punish you for this. You're going to be asked why you have a gap on your resume. And then life is going to be even harder for you. We live in a world where suffering and struggling is romanticized. And if you're someone that's been given a high quality of life from the start, people won't respect you as much as the person that struggled. And I honestly don't get it. We could reduce so much suffering in this world if we wanted to. But instead of doing that, I think somehow it got even worse. That is why I find humanity just so odd. We are considered smart and intelligent creatures, but so many things we do contradict that. But I don't really have much to say in this video. Wasn't really feeling too good today, so probably gonna make another one that's longer in a day or two. But yeah, that's all I got for you folks today. Take it easy out there.